Good morning, America. Good morning, citizens. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of 2026, and it's August. Time now is 9:33 in the morning, and I've just finished my PT exercises and morning run. I want to talk a little bit about something. I can't get out of my mind what is happening in the United States concerning our beef and our meat supplies and our commodities for good quality of life and health. I cannot get out of my mind what is going on with our nation's agriculture and our farmlands and our supplies of and support of food for the nation. Even though we buy them from supermarkets and stores, and I'm watching recalls being called in on some of the supermarkets that are being questioned. You know, as I've said before, and I mentioned this, our meats are being tampered with. In other words, beef, fish, chicken, the produce in our and vegetables that supposedly we get, or cabbages, or some of the other vegetables that we receive, or fruit like strawberries and berries and so forth. These are all essentials for people who live a good quality of life, a good lifestyle, and try to maintain their health. Among other things that are being introduced into the human body are chemicals that cause erectile dysfunctions and many other things that are happening as far as the welfare of the human being in America. Now, I don't see this happening in Europe. I don't see it happening in Asia, nor do I see it happening in any other nation except for America. Why is that? Why do we have such hateful, evil, malevolent people in America? And what is the cause that they want to destroy the American people in so much as trying to poison their food and their quality of life? You know, and there is no resolution for this. I'm a military veteran. As a veteran, I as a military man, I took care of my people when we had to. If I had 2 C rations, I would give 1 C ration to one of my men who didn't have any. And I would know that food was safe for him to eat. Or that when I went hunting or something for deer or something, that I knew that specimen was right to be cut up and the meat brought home and made sure that it was safe. People like this, people that are damaging that were damaging to other human beings, I would go hunting for when I was a sniper. That is not a lie. Now that the government does not record this because they don't want the people to know about it. That's another factor. I'm not afraid to say anything. I'm terminally ill anyways. I can't. They can't fix me. But what I'm seeing is in a abuse of power, abuse by people that have been given certain privileges and benefits, and they use that power to destroy other human beings. Why not leave them alone? Leave them alone. Let them live their lives out. In a younger time, in my age, there would be no problem in hunting these people down. And there would be nothing to stop me from doing it. Nothing at all. Not the biggest, greatest force. I'm a man who has seen stuff that you would never have seen in your whole life. Ever. And the government is good at hiding stuff. Very secretive. Very secretive. As you may well know. And they will tell you a lie to your face, and you will not even notice it because it's a lie. Talk about the truth. They will never talk to you about the truth. To them, the truth is a lie. The lie is a truth. That's the way they operate. Every single agency is told that. You work on a lie, and a deceptive lie, and cover. Covert, they call it. That's why they call it covert. Because it's hidden. No one knows about it. And when it's found out 40 years ago, 40 years later, or 50 years later, when everyone is dead already. I could tell you stuff that you would never have believed. You have people now that are still alive. They're probably sitting in a wheelchair, can't get up out of the toilets because they're old and military veterans. They can't get up out of their own toilet seat, and their body's all ruined because of the how would you call it, the muscle mass they've lost. Because they've been wading through black water, toxic chemical black water, in jungles and in swamps, getting bit by large-sized mosquitoes, sleeping in hammocks between trees while the dark water is underneath, and lizards and snakes running around on the bottom of it. That's the kind of life we used to have. And then you dare poison our food later. Contaminate our food so we can all die. Why don't you eat that food? Eat the parasite-ridden meats and chicken. Eat that. See what it feels like. chew on a chemically induced sprayed apple or something like that. Yeah, wash it with cold water. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, not really. That's not true. You're lying to the public again. You wash the fruit, let it dry, and all you see is a white film on top of it. That's disgusting, man. Who are you? What are you? Monsanto, what are you? A piece of shit? What are you, man? I'll start naming names, and I guarantee you, people will be rioting in front of your factories. You want to see something fall? You want to see something fall? Really? It'll be the last thing I do. I despise evil against your neighbors. Liars among you. And then you want to rack up on this, on the backs of poor human beings, on the backs of poor civilians who believe your crap. And then you have other people who are candidates for the presidency and senators in Congress. You want them to be voted in so you can do more of your harmful work. As corporate heads, of course, CEOs and owners of corporations. You can fall just like that. You can fall just like that. With a roundup of the civilians in this nation. Just like that, you fall. That's all it takes. One spark to spark a wildfire. That's all you need. You make a recall. Recall everything that you put out there, all that shit that you put out there. All that shit. Mechanical, agricultural, medicinal, pharmaceutical, food consumption, water, return it back to its normal stages. Stop putting fluoride in the water. Stop putting chemicals in the water. Clean up your acts, or you will see hell break loose in the United States of America. You will see hell break loose in the United States of America. And I guarantee you, bring all of you in. Be judged on genocide and charged with genocide against humanity, because you've killed a lot of innocent people by your actions. Hey, don't think that your deeds are gone, or ever gone. They're still here. They're still around. You can find those deeds everywhere in the supermarkets. That you have to dodge and weave to get a drink of water. Water that is free. Food grown by farmers, you can want to control. And And then you call yourself wise, smart. Bullshit. You're there because I'm not gonna go off on this again. I'm not gonna talk about aliens or reptilians, though they are reptilians on this planet, and they hate humans. They hate humans. They hate us. Reptilians. Oh, I can talk to you about them, where they come from, how they got here, and why they want to destroy human lives. They've been here for millions of years. Who they fought? The Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki destroyed them, made them go underground. I can talk to you about all that kind of good stuff. Dig deep into the mysteries. Because even that, they try to sell you, the American people, forbidden knowledge. They want to suppress that. They want to suppress because they don't want the Vatican destroyed, or their religious Christian beliefs. Christian beliefs. If you knew Jesus Christ, you would all be saints. Really, reality. If you knew Jesus Christ, if you knew the word that you spout each day in an altar in the church, you would be saints. You're not saints. Soon as you leave that podium, you go outside and go see your girlfriend while your wife is waiting still in the altar. And you pedophiles in the Vatican. Incredible. Jesus would have a heyday with all of you. He'd take that belt and start wiping asses with it. You know, I don't want to get into this rough edges of mine, because I don't want to go there. I don't want to go dark. I'm a peaceful guy. I'm not the man I used to be. When I was younger, wow, there will be no suppressing of my temperament. And I'm normally a nice guy. I am. But I detest evil, especially in the innocent. I detest it. And then you have some sign where it says that you got our commander in chief, or whatever he is up there in the White House. So, the man who saved America, the man who screwed America. Put it this way, the man who screwed America. And guess what? Mr. Trump, Rosie O'Donnell is back. You got rid of Jimmy Kimmel, right? But you got Rosie O'Donnell now. And you know what? And I'm going to tell you something. You get rid of one, 10 pop up. 10 pop up. And make your life miserable. You will not be reelected into office again. I want to see you walking away from the White House, or being carried out. I don't know which one. One will have to happen. But you're not coming back next term. People are tired of you. They're fed up with your nonsense. It's all nonsense. You are only scheduled for two terms, if at all. Look at you now. Even your sons are being persecuted by your enemies. I cannot believe that. Instead of being, look at Barack Obama, look at Joe Biden. They're having normal lives. They going out to play golf. That's what you should be doing. But no, you wanna stir up the shit. You wanna stir up the shit. Make it impossible for you in afterlife. American people, citizens, you're much more smarter, wiser. There have been men like me, others like me, who have told you the same thing. If they haven't, they should. Protect the innocent, your children. Protect your families. Specifically these days, where they're contaminating your food, your water, your environment. You look up and they're already doing chemtrails again. As a friend of mine had told me just yesterday. They're contaminating the air again. That means it's going to come down nanoparticles because you received the COVID shot. They want to destroy us, kill us all off. You know what? If by the year 2028 we do not have riots destroying some of these factories and some of these corporations, watch. As I say, by my word. I told you about Israel. I said that before there is peace in Israel, there will be fire. There is a God in heaven. You do not believe in God? Look yourself in the mirror every time you take a breath. Every time you take a breath, remember who God is. And when you die, the last breath, that's your death. Because you cannot live without breathing. And every creature on this planet and in the universe has to breathe. Remember what I said. You have no idea or concept of the mysteries or secrecies of the universe. There are secrets that you have never heard of and are amazed, will be amazed by what you learn. You have not learned nothing yet. And those who want to keep humans on this planet, again, I'll say this to you, you're dysfunctionals, you're delusionals. You're thinking of yourselves and not of mankind or humanity, who are ordered and commanded to go forward into the horizons. And I don't mean from here to Europe. I'm talking about the horizon up there in the universe. That's where we should be. putting points of context, colonies everywhere we can, like human beings, spreading the wealth of humanity. That you want to control one world, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And we got what people call orange face, Mr. Orange, or pumpkin head, thinking he's Mr. Mussolini. Again, I say, remember what happened to Mussolini. Want me to relate it to you? I don't think you want to hear about that story. No. No. It would scare the shit out of you. Excuse me. I don't want to scare the shit out of you. You already got a problem with this shit. So, anyways, America, do what you're supposed to do. Stay strong. Protect the innocent, your children. Stay safe. Stay strong. And stay healthy. It's where you need to be. For what's coming. And like I said before, it's not over yet. There will be troubles and there will be trials. And there will be other consequences that America will go through. Iran is doing what Iran does because they've been suppressed, they've been hurt. What would we do if we had our nation blown to bits and our children killed? What would we do? Oh, you're taking sides. No, I'm not. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Face it. They did the same thing with Gaza, with the Palestinian people. Not good to talk about that, huh? If it were you, you'd be all up in arms. And you think you're Mr. Chosen People. No, you're not chosen people. You're a bunch of dregs from Europe. You're Zionists. To make a long story short, the real Hebrews were across the ocean in Africa, Ethiopia. Those are the real Hebrews, which you abandoned and you tried to suppress from your lands. And then you take away the lands of the Palestinian people. Oppressing them and abusing them. And all of you are Zionists from Europe. Dregs. Born there, brought over. Your remnants. People of the Holocaust. Think. What a God would do to you. I'm not throwing off on the Israeli people. There are some good Israeli people, some good Jews among you. But there are others there, honestly. It's a shame, real shame. What would Abraham say? What would Moses say? He would probably bring the Ten Commandments right back up the mountain and leave it up there. It's a shame, real shame. America. Again, I'll say, protect the innocent. One last time. Protect your children. Teach your children well. And bring them to fruition. Bring them to the point in life where you don't have to watch over them anymore. And know that they are well and protected. God bless you, and God bless America. God bless America. And I mean that in the heart. Be well. Ciao.